Complaining so much. We always seem to be complaining about something. But why do we do it? What's the point? What's the benefit? What are the drawbacks? Let's find out. Hello, back again, Daz here. And I want to talk today about complaining and moaning, whining, whinging and all that, basically. And why? Why is this such a subject and why is it relevant?
No. I never signed on to be part of a team.
It's not a team, it's a program. If you'll just let me explain.
No, nix, nine, yet, nuh-uh, no way, never.
Well, let me tell you. I want to really talk about the whole subject of complaining in general, but also how this can really have such a crappy effect on you if you keep doing it. So let's see what we got. Now, complaining, moaning, whining, whinging, however you want to call it, it's something that's quite natural. I think, if things go wrong, you complain. That's a normal thing. There's nothing particularly unusual or odd or weird about that. And depending on where perhaps you work, always seems to be a sort of a constant theme of complaining. And it's a classic thing, particularly maybe sort of like coffee breaks or lunch breaks and the whole kind of conversation around the water cooler and all that stuff. But it's about this kind of constant complaining and moaning and whining about work and about stuff. It just seems to be a kind of classic thing. They should do this, or this should happen. Oh, I'm not happy, I'm busy again, and this didn't happen, and blah, 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 and all that crap. And it's very easy to be sort of sucked into those conversations because you're talking to your colleagues and they're kind of moaning and bitching and whining, and you're kind of included in that conversation, and it's hard to sort of go, no, I'm Captain Positive, and I'm really like, and super happy, and I don't want a part of that. It's easy, it's normal to sort of join in and kind of get sucked into that. It's not only just in the workplace, it's just generally. I think if you look at the news and newspapers and that sort of aspect, generally I suppose traditional media, if you look at the subjects and everything, it's all kind of doom and gloom. And I've said before, one of the kind of keys to sort of being happy all the time is to not watch the news or read newspapers. And so if you sort of notice they're all kind of doom and gloom. And so it's all about complaining and moaning and negatives, basically. So avoiding that is all, positive, obviously. But more so, why are we doing it? What's the thing? And what I've sort of realised is it's very, very easy to complain about things, particularly when there's no solution. So, if you're in work and it's super busy because maybe they've let a certain amount of people have holiday or something like that, so there's too much work and everyone's under a bit more pressure, the natural thing therefore is to moan about, oh, I can't believe they've let so many people have time off, or blah, 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 blah. And, okay, that may be a valid point. But, why are you complaining? It's not solving the problem. And so if there's sort of not enough staff, using this particular example, to sort of for the work, and everyone has to work a bit harder, whatever the situation is, by whining and complaining and whinging about it, there's still not enough staff. It doesn't change it. Back to the whole E plus R equals O situation. Event plus reaction equals outcome. You complaining and moaning about it is not going to change it. That's not suddenly going to magically make a ton of extra staff appear and solve the problem. No, it's not. And so there's absolutely no point. There's no point in whinging, whining and complaining. It doesn't actually achieve anything. If it did, then you could argue, well, okay, it brings everyone down, but it solves a problem. But it doesn't. When have you ever known complaining and whinging and moaning about something to solve a problem? Now, I'm not talking about if you have bought something and it doesn't work, so you go back to the shop and you complain about that. That's a different thing, because that complaint, and I'm doing it in quotes because it's not really a kind of complaint in this context, but you go back to the customer service area and say, okay, I bought this, it doesn't work, I'm not really happy about that, the service I received, and then you'll get given a new one or repaired or whatever it may be. And that's a sort of different situation because there is a solution, or at least a potential solution. You're taking the thing there and you're looking for a solution to the problem that the thing doesn't work or whatever it may be. Or you've got bad service somewhere, so you complain and there's a sort of a result. But when you're just complaining and moaning and whining about a situation with no possibility of a change to that solution or change to the outcome, it's completely pointless. And as I said, it's very easy to get sucked into this world of moaning and complaining and whinging and bitching and blah 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 about stuff when there's no upside. Nothing's going to change. And so the point I'm getting to this is that the problem with this moaning and bitching, which almost sounds like I'm moaning and bitching now, oh God, is that it kind of affects us. It affects you in a really, really cunningly cheeky subconscious way. Because all that moaning and crappy blah and talking and everything's gone wrong and blah, or all the moaning, it's kind of, you're hearing yourself say that internally and externally, and you're listening to the other conversations. It's all negative. This negativity over time kind of breaks you down from a sort of obviously from a positivity point of view, but it breaks you down from having sort of a happier outlook on life, or noticing things that can be possible and all that kind of good stuff. It's all just, that's not going to work, and you just kind of go into this slope of constant complaining about stuff without ever making a change. And so it's easy, if you're, whatever situation you are in life, whether it's financially constrained or relationship, whatever, you've kind of got a choice. You can either continue where you are and continue that road and complain about it, but just carry on doing it, which seems really ridiculous. Why you're complaining about it and you're not doing anything to change it, or you can change it. Now, the complaining bit, you can sort of remove that, because you can carry on as you are or change it. That's it. Whether or not you complain and whine on about it doesn't affect you either carrying on or you change. Complain or not complain, doesn't matter. The net result's the same. So if you're carrying on doing something and you're moaning about it, that just seems ridiculous. Because why? What is the point? If you have the power to change everything in your life, whether it's the job, relationship, everything, house, car, whatever, you do have that power. Now, I'm not saying it's a case of, I've got a problem with my car, it keeps breaking down, moan, buy a new one. No, it's not that simple. Obviously, you need finances and things like that. But you could put things in place, whether it's save up or put a plan in place, or see if you can trade that in for a better model that's not much more expensive. Whatever, you can do something about it. And that's much more useful to you and much more useful from your sort of personality and future thinking than just moaning and bitching and complaining about the car keeps breaking down or the house or the relationship or whatever. And so this is the fundamental point, is that you've got a choice. You either carry on doing as you are or you change it. Whether or not you complain about it, it's the same thing. So why the are you complaining about it? What is the point? What are you trying to achieve by moaning and whining on about it? It's just insane, literally insane, because it's almost like going, you've got like a spike and you're poking it in your arm and going, this is really hurting. This is really hurting. Well, stop poking your arm with a spike, then it won't hurt. But moaning about it is not stopping it. You moan, it's hurting. You see what I mean? It's ridiculous. If you look at it in that context, it's absolutely ridiculous how complaining and bitching and moaning about the situation in work or the car or the house or the relationship or whatever it may be has no upside. There's no outcome at all. It's not as even it has no outcome apart from bringing you down and kind of clouding your mind and also infecting other people. Now, I'm not saying that you are personally to blame for that, because lots of other people do that, so you kind of join in on this massive big pity party, all whining on and moaning about the same sort of thing, particularly like in a work environment, and it just kind of self-perpetuates, and it's like a massive domino effect, and it just kind of gets all worse, and you end up sort of coming out of the lunch break or whatever, or standing by the cooler, and you kind of all a bit when nothing's changed, the situation's still the same, and yet everyone's all sort of got this down or downbeaten kind of mood because of the conversation. There's no need for it. Absolutely no need for it. Now, of course, I'm not saying you should be super duper jumpy and bouncing and Daz hands and unicorns and rainbows, but there are other things to talk about. You could talk about anything. Did you see the new Avengers movie or Game of Thrones or whatever? It's not like there's a shortage of subjects, but it's almost lazy to kind of go back to that one thing. How's your day? Oh, I'm busy. Oh, oh yeah, me. Just for f***ing sake, stop whining. And it's something I'm passionate about, because there's absolutely no reason for it. There's no upside to it at all. If there's some upside, you could argue a balance for doing it, but there's none. There's absolutely no benefit. It doesn't benefit you, it doesn't benefit anybody else. And it kind of kills, that creativity in your mind. Not necessarily that you're some sort of artist or creating stuff, but just creativity in life. Being sort of open to be able to do things, be able to new ideas or try new things, try new foods, try new hobbies. That kind of creativity and that spark of interest or excitement going forward is gradually sort of chipped away by all this negative that you're talking, and that please just cut the negative bull, because it's not doing anybody, particularly you, any good. So please stop it. So my challenge to you is go for a period of time without any complaining. Now I'm talking about zero complaining. Now, whether or not you go for like just 24 hours or a day, wake up to going to bed with zero complaining, or you go, right, I'm going to do the whole weekend, so like 2 days, or the week, or the month, or whatever. But just try it. And I hate the word try, because there's no try. You do or you don't. Thank you, Yoda. But it's just doing that, and you will 100% see a difference in how you feel. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And you could argue, yes, I'm moaning now, but with the outcome is to help to stop you moaning. So whether this is a constructive moan, I don't know. But the point is, just give yourself a challenge. Say whether it's a day, half a day, weekend, week, month, whatever. But just go like with zero complaining about anything. And absolutely, bar none, the worst possible crime in this subject is whining and complaining on social media. That's there's the moaning and whining and bitching and complaining generally, but then why do you feel you need to just put it out there to the world and just no, please don't. So just do your challenge. I challenge you to pick a period of time, whether it's 1 day, 2 days, week, whatever, doesn't matter. It's a personal thing, and it might seem like a bit like, oh my god, how could I possibly do that? Well, you can. It's easy, because you control what you do and what you say. No one else does. And just be aware of it. Be aware of what you're saying, and don't be just constantly sort of reactive. Be proactive. Be in control of what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're thinking. And most of us are sort of not doing that. Most of us are just kind of go through life as very reactive. Something happens, we react to it, rather than just saying, okay, I can think exactly what I want, I can say exactly what I want in whatever situation I decide. You decide what you do, say and think. So do that. Don't be reactive, and don't kind of just be this sort of emotional chameleon and taking on emotions of other people. Just kind of be your own person and decide, think about what you're going to say or think, and don't say anything negative. I mean, you said you don't have to be all rainbows and unicorns, but just do not say anything negative for that period of time. And I guarantee you will notice a huge difference in how you feel. You'll feel so much more uplifted. You feel so much more positive. And if you're in a situation where people are going, you know, put some headphones in, read a book, sort of don't, or remove yourself from that. And so you're not subjected to that negative crap, and you avoid the news, avoid newspapers. Your life will carry on. Trust me, the world's not going to stop if you don't know what's going on in some far off country, some war somewhere. You'll be fine. You will. But give that a go. That's my challenge to you. So that's all I've got time for today, even though I've gone way over again. Again, another very, very passionate subject, something I just very much passionate about. If you did get some value for this, hopefully you did. Don't forget, smack that like button till it's nice and blue, and subscribe as always. I really do appreciate it when you do. I love to get that support, and I love giving value to you guys. And for now, I will say goodbye and see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so down here, and check out my other video down here. Remember, live your best life and profit from that passion. See you next time. Bye bye.